What would you suggest the person who knows he's going to die?
Of course, when you have only such experience, you will know the right answer. However, from my personal experience, it depends on the level of your iman, your faith. Because in the dua of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allahumma as'aluka bika nafsan mutma'innatan tu'minu biliqa'ik tarda biqada'ik wa taqna'u bi'ata'ik. Or Allah, I ask a nafs that is, you are pleased with it. A satisfaction. Satisfaction with what? Wants to be with you. Don't we want to be with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Of course. Even, when if we see him in dream, those who see Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in their dream, if you ask them, if they give you whole of the world, will you exchange with them that happiness, that moment? He will say no. So therefore, if you have really a strong faith in hereafter, then I think that experience of that time also it will bring happiness, that we are ready to die. Based on the Quran, the Hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, for example, those who say, our Lord is Allah, تَتَنَزَّلْ عَلَيْهِمُ الْمَلَائِكَةِ, the angels, they come down. And each of them, they give good news. And they will say, نَحْنُ أَوْلِيَاكُمْ فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. Actually, we were your friends in this world as well, but you are not aware. So each angel will give you a good news. And therefore, you will love to die. And according to another hadith, you will see your place in the Jannah before you die. You will see your place in the Jannah. And then you say, oh, I am like in the dungeon in this world. I want to go there. So you will kind of like be ready, for to meet with your Lord. And I think in such experience we can see in the people, those who have faith, and particularly very strong faith. When you exercise here in this world that I'm ready, to die, preparing ourselves spiritually, mentally for that, I think that also helps a lot. For such people also, when we talk to them, if you ask them some good questions, their memories, their joyful days, their spiritual days, and beside that, of course, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam recommends, to make dhikr there, la ilaha illallah, or make istighfar, astaghfirullah. That also helps. And in addition to that, I think contemplate about the good deeds that you did in the past. And also, if there's anything wrong, and asking forgiveness for that. That also really helps. Inshallah.
Once I was at the presence of someone who is dying. He wasn't able to talk, but he was conscious. He was looking. And, he was understanding. He was really afraid. And, I did something. I prayed, I read some Egyptian Quran. But his eyes were really showing that he was extremely scared. What can we say such person, in real, knowing that he is about to die, and he's very fearful?
Very fearful, yeah. Well, there are many experiences like that you will come across. Of course, not easy. It's not easy, definitely. However, in such case, if this person can't talk, but can hear, yeah, there are many. Ibrahim Hojam, he visited a few weeks ago, maybe, someone who was dying, and she was not a practicing Muslimah. The family members were there, and he said that I recited Surah Yasin and then made dua. And when I recited Surah Yasin, when I made dua, the patient slept. And the family said in the last 3 days she never sleeps. But after the Quran, had a good rest. So the impact, the effects of the Quran. I think in such case, making some dua, some dhikr, recitation of the Quran definitely is helpful. But touching also is important. Touching the patient. And I remember once I was reading the Quran to a patient who was dying, and I put my gloves because a female patient. We have to, when we enter in some certain cases that you need to put gloves on if there is possibility of illness that exposed to you, or you can expose to her. And she couldn't talk, but whatever happened, I don't know. She took my hand, put it on her forehead, like, continue. She asked me to continue and read, the Surah Yasin. And, I could see that she was so happy. Couldn't talk, but she couldn't talk. So in such case, again, the Quran is the best for healing purpose. At least if, even when you finish Quran, still you are there, just make dhikr. If you can't do by tongue, make by heart. That dhikr also will have some positive impact, inshallah. And also, if you invite the family members to come there, maybe for even read Qul Huwallah, Surah Ikhlas, or make some dua, they can hear. They can hear, inshallah.